everybody, and welcome to Lovecraft with Cass. I'm Cass. Oops, I'm knocking stuff over already. Hello and welcome, and I hope everyone's doing okay and having a good morning, day, night, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And hope you all well and having time to craft and life is going good. That's what I hope. So I hadn't put out videos I've missed my ideal routine for the last couple, and that's okay. It was just an ideal routine of putting them out on Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. And I've missed Saturday and Tuesday. Just because I was just run down and just needed to rest. So, and I have been working on the video for the part 2 of the soft cover journal that I made for the K3N community project. So I'm working on that video. It's just a bit bigger than all the other things, and I explain in it why. So when that comes out, you'll understand. But for now, I wanted to get back to working. Oh, excuse the beeping. That's my tea machine, which means my tea is ready. Yay! I have a tea machine right next to me in my craft room, and today, I know that looks very insipid, but it's just lemon and ginger tea. So, excuse me, hang on. Yum. Okay, so tea. No, craft. Tea and craft. Yay! Okay, so yeah, I wanted to get back to the journal for all seasons. I'm following the prompts from our lovely, beautiful Catherine from K3N Cloth Tales, and so I did do a video of making the journal. As you can see, I haven't covered it or done the spine. It is exactly in terms of the cover how it was when I did the video of constructing the actual journal. And I'm doing the first prompt, and Catherine's prompt for her video was from darkness to light and exercise in letting go. So I've approached mine a bit differently because we're different and dealing with different situations. Catherine's was about a relationship breakup and that process for her. I'm not dealing with that, so my process is about something else. My process is about mental health issues and physical health issues. It's just an ongoing thing, and things are getting worse, and I have had diagnoses that haven't been great, so it's just kind of like trying to run through treacle some days with the level of my health. And for those of you who have chronic illnesses and chronic mental issues, you will understand exactly what I mean. So that's what I approached with, wanting to kind of let go of my frustration of like just not being well all the time, or rarely, and my energy levels and all these kind of things. So all the things attached to not being in the kind of health you want to be, and that, like, if my lifestyle reflected my health, I would be much healthier. But I just have to play the cards I have, and that's kind of the way it is. And I'm sure there are many, many, many people out there dealing with the same process. So that's what I approached with this From Darkness to Light. Now, this page, the scrolly page, is actually writing. Can you believe? I wonder if I can bring this up. You probably can. I don't know if you can tell. I love it. I think it looks amazing. So it. Where are you? Oh, there's my Jax's influence on me there. I look. Oh, I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it is. I just want to show you what I did it with. So, I have a dip ink pen, which is not. This is not actually a calligraphy pen, like not traditionally anyway. This is what I was using to draw comics when I was doing game design in uni, and it holds all the ink in there. So I've got a big bottle of black ink, and I've got different size nibs, and it's just like from really fine to somewhat fine to fine, and yeah, it doesn't really do the thick calligraphy stuff, so it's not actually a calligraphy pen, but it is kind of like a fountain pen, but yeah, it's a dipping pen. And the nibs kind of just pull out, and I'm not going to do it because it hurts, because it's metal. So what I did, I had my ink, and I started writing across here, just normal scrubbing, very like I didn't wonder if I can show if I have some paper. I do have, oh hang on, trying out pens on this paper so you can see, and I had used up the rest of my ink. I wonder if I can get some from in here, because I'll just show you how it works. I wonder if I can just bear with me. I've just got my big bottle of ink. I'm just putting some in the lid, and hopefully I won't knock over that whole bottle, because that would be really, really sad. So I've just poured some. I have another lid that I pour a little bit of ink into to use, but it's actually in the kitchen because I cleaned it after I finished with it. So for those who have never used dip ink pens, they're just, it's beautiful to do work, writing, drawing with. So as you like, that's where it holds the ink, and you know it's pretty good. So all the splotches and stuff on there, that's all done on purpose. I went like, hang on, I'm just really worried about dropping that whole lid. Oh, I nearly knocked it over. Yeah, to get the splotches, I went like that. And then didn't wait for them to dry, just kept writing right over them. That's why they're smudged and all that kind of thing. And yeah, I did that after I did that halfway through. So I did write. So I'm all over the place. Apologies if it's a bit convoluted. So going back to my original demonstration. So I think I left that too long now. It's dried a bit. Let's put it back in. Been faffing around too much. So hello. So when I was writing, I didn't leave spaces. So normally you would write love, craft, with Cass. So you got your spaces, and you got your, you know, sort of scruffy cursive, sort of, kind of. But what I did was no spaces. and then when I came down to the line below it, I was pretty much on top of the previous line. I just didn't want for there to be spaces so you could discern, because Catherine in her video actually just white gessoed over her writing, and I didn't actually want to do that. Not for this one. Whoop, I can get more ink there. Sorry, I just didn't want to, and like very deep and huge reason for that is I just didn't want to. I don't know. I just didn't want to gesso over it. I really can't explain any other than just not what I wanted to do. So Catherine's got a very black paper and a sort of greyish mottled white paper, so mine looks very different to what Catherine's had, and you know, that's perfect, because we as Catherine would say, you do you and I'm doing me. So what I did was I wrote, or I just let everything out, and then I flipped it upside down, so you know, I went like that, and then did the exact same thing over it, and then I did that, and then I wrote across that way, and then I went upside down, and I did that twice. So halfway through I was like, I want some ink spots on here to show the frustration, to show the just, I guess, the desperate longing for just this, like, medical issues, mental health issues just to be over. And you know, and it's just, yeah, that's why I put those there when I had a bit of a break of doing the rotations, and then I did it all again. So I cannot genuinely discern any words, so I don't feel like I'm going to be triggered by this, because I'm looking and I can barely discern a letter, to be honest. Like, I think there's a T up here. I could just let that dry out again. I haven't got any. I've only got my tea, and I don't want to put it in my tea. Yeah, because if the ink dries on the nib, then it actually won't write that well. So I've just scrawled over there, just, you know. But, oh yeah, I can see an S there. But really, that's not discernible as actual writing, as you can tell. So I'm okay with that. And so then with the prompt being from darkness to light, so it's about, you know, letting go of that which holds us into the darkness best we can, and you know, letting ourselves be in the light. I'm just going to put this down somewhere where it's not going to throw ink everywhere. So Catherine had a quote and a poem and some words and stuff. I do have a quote which I found, which just was perfect for me, because I'll show you the quote. Here we go. You can only come to the morning through the shadows, and night times genuinely are the hardest. Like, just a really bad PTSD insomnia, so nights are a battle. And if anyone watched my video where I was doing my art journaling, and I did the stenciling with the in the art journal, and I painted my nine-tailed fox, you'll understand this. I found my inks because I couldn't find them, and I found them because, you know, as soon as I uploaded the video, I remembered where I put them, because that's exactly what happens. So I found my inks. So I'm going to ink the edges of these. Sorry, I probably should have pulled the lid off beforehand. And so this paper, I'll just show you, is, oh, I got some ink on that. What a surprise. Yeah, if you use ink dip pans, be prepared for ink to just get everywhere. Unless you, I don't know. I don't know how people don't get it everywhere, but there are people out there. So this is actually tea-dyed paper. I always have a stash because, you know, if I have a pot of tea using leaves, I will actually throw them in a roasting pan with more water and a bunch of paper, because I just love tea or coffee dyed paper. So I always have some on hand. So I've picked some. Yeah, you can see that was my first attempt and I was running out of room, so oops, upside down. So I did it again, so you can see that beautiful, just with the tea. It's that aged look, which I'm feeling quite aged some days. And I get my dauber because I'm going to ink around because when I assembled my journal, I showed you that I was alternating between rice paper and mulberry paper, and I painted this with black gesso, and because with mulberry paper, it's like some of it, because it's that like kind of handmade paper, some of it's really fine, so when I was brushing on it, some of it kind of wore away. So you can see there's like holes there. I have this packing paper, and you can see that's what I've used for the packing paper. I mean for the backing paper under here, and I have no issue with that because that is just how the mulberry paper behaves and is made, and I feel like that kind of fits in with what I'm dealing with, like in terms of like I said, I'm playing the cards I've dealt. I kind of feel like, you know, a piece of mulberry paper, some of this stuff is just wearing me thin and wearing me away, so it kind of fits. If you want to get all philosophical about it. And I'm going to stick this in the middle, and I just tore a roundish kind of shapey thing out of my little A5 tea dyed papers. I just folded it half and just kept tearing it until it stopped looking like a pumpkin. So I don't know why my circles always come out pumpkin shaped. But yeah, I did that, and so I don't know if anyone who's going to watch this, and if you are watching it, welcome and hello and thank you for watching my video. But I don't know if anyone who's watching this has watched Catherine's or is following along, or you know how much I should refer to Catherine's video. Like I just kind of think I just take the prompt and do my thing rather than saying Catherine did it this way, but I'm going to do this way. I'm not sure because this is the first prompt, so I'm still kind of working out how I approach it all, if that makes sense. But yes, so yeah, if I just tell you, I'm thinking out loud here, if I just tell you what Catherine's prompt was, and then I just do my version of it, I guess if I'll link Catherine's video that correlates to the prompt in each of my videos. So if you do want to go see Catherine's version, then you can go see that, and I don't have to try and explain why I have this prompt, if that makes sense. Does it? I hope it does. Anyway, so what we're going to do, I did stick a I did do my writing on a A4 piece of paper, and it was scrap paper, so you can see there's stuff there. So when I do my title page, I'll have to make sure that's not quite so visible. I could paint over it or something. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use some of my tacky glue, which I got a pack of 3 of these from Amazon. I'm not affiliated or don't have one of those shops or anything like that. It was just where I could get it from, basically. It's great glue. The glue is fine. Not the biggest fan of Amazon, how it treats its workers, to be honest. But also I have issues with going out and doing shopping, so sometimes I just kind of have to deal with companies that aren't super fantastic, which is a shame, but you know, it's a bit hard to avoid sometimes. So if you did see in my assembly video, this I bound the book with wool, so these are quite they have a lot more give than a normal binding with sturdier paper would have. It'd be taut and you wouldn't be able to wiggle it around. So at some point they might actually get ripped, it might not, I don't know, we'll see. Oh, I completely forgot to ink it. I've got my Dobby here. We're gonna just ink it anyway, because I want to say that's what Heroes I don't know if Heroes ink stuff. Do Heroes ink stuff? What I'm going to do is, I don't know if these, I probably have to update my inks. Gosh, these inks are forever old. But they're still working. That's insane. Okay. I got a little dauber with a sponge. I think it was from one of those cheap shops in the craft section. You're probably thinking, why are you putting green on that? Because I'm going to do a circle around the, apparently I can't dob and talk at the same time. Sorry, just bear with me, because apparently it's a bit hard. I've forgotten my thread. What was I doing? Oh, talking about the circle. So, I did like Catherine's idea of the circle, and how presenting it, but kind of taking that and you know, I guess, what's the phrase? Put your own spin on it. So back to why I'm daubing it green, because this is actually a Stampin', oh, I haven't got my glasses on. Stampin' Up ink. And I bought that, and they're still working. It's still coming off. I mean, they're pastel colours anyway, but you can see there's still ink there. And I've had these since 2007. I kid you not. 2007. Obviously, I don't do a lot of inking stamp. I mean, I bought a whole set, and there's probably half left. But you know, it's amazing that they still work, and I haven't refilled them or anything, not once. So, you know, and they haven't dried out. I store them properly, which I think helps. So yeah, so I'm putting some green in that because I am going to do my circle around my torn circle, pardon me, with a crochet chain. Because if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I love crochet. And I'm going to glue that down in a circle. Pardon me. And I'm going to have some tea. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Okay, sorry about that. So I've got my crochet with this beautiful, I think it's sock yarn, pretty like 99.9% sure it's sock yarn. And it's actually what I bound this journal with. And it's lovely. So I'm actually making the circle out of crochet chain, and I'm using green significantly because green is the color of the heart chakra. And my heart, my heart is big and full of love, but it struggles to function properly, which is a bit of a shame because that's certainly one of the organs you want working properly. But I don't know, kind of just wanted to honor my heart and how much work it is doing to keep me alive, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful I'm here doing these things. So that is why we have the green coming into this light to darkness layout. And so yeah, I mean, sort of touching on what I said at the beginning is, you know, anyone with chronic illnesses, be it mental health, emotional, physical, all of the above, you go through some dark times, and it does really muddy and kind of overshadow the light. We feel, I'm talking about everyone apparently, I feel, and so that's why I kind of left that as this all scrawly mess, so that it, you know, it represents a struggle of going through mental and medical issues, and some of them recovering from some of them, but also not recovering, not being able to ever get rid of some of them. They're going to be with you your whole life, and so that's why. And the blotches too, they're really representing that frustration, that stain, you know, of like the dealing with stuff that kind of leaves in your life, because it affects everyone around you. I mean, like, I have the medical issues, but you know, it like ripple effects to my family and friends as well. And so as you can see, I have glued down my crochet chain, and I've decided to just knot those ends together to ironically make the knots less visible. Or unironically, I'm not sure. I might put a little bow there. I'm not generally the like cutesy bow kind of person, but sometimes a bow is nice. Bow ties are cool if anyone's a Hoovian. So, you know, gotta love a bow tie. But in terms of putting little dainty bows on everything, that's not really something I usually do. But I kind of like that. And again, you know, you can bring symbolism into everything you do and how it all works out. Like, you know, that's tying the circle, you know, in a way that, you know, I don't know, is aesthetically pleasing. I'm not really sure. It wasn't symbolic. It was just, I thought it'd be cute. Okay, so I need to put a bit more glue down here. So as you can see, I've got my quote in the middle. You can only come to the morning through the shadows. And I've inked it with some green. I got my scribbly stream of consciousness written out in with a dip ink fountain pen thing. black gesso, the mulberry paper, which is worn away a little bit. Now I did want to grab my pen and do, is that, I think that's this one. You see I started doing the, because I'm not aiming for, rather than say what I'm not aiming for, what I am aiming for is that really scrawly writing. So I'm just writing over it again, so it kind of gets like that staggered effect, you know, and the scrawl is to kind of echo the stream of consciousness writing here. Yeah, the M in the valley didn't go very well, but this is my journal. I doubt anyone else is going to look at it. I mean, I won't mind if my family want to look at it and see what I'm doing. That's fine, but I doubt they'll actually want to. So this quote is actually a quote by Tolkien, J.R.R. Tolkien, which I'm absolutely a huge fan of Tolkien, and it's from the Book of the Two Towers, from the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and yeah, just that was just exactly right for, you know, what I was kind of, you know, trying to shed some of the darkness off from. That was just perfect. So, and that's it. That's all I'm doing for this. Very simple. The writing took me hours and hours, because like I said, I was like doing really little lines on top of each other, and I went that way and then that way, and then I went acrossways and then acrossways again upside down, and I did all that again twice, all right, while writing like tiny little things. So that took hours, and that was really cathartic. It really was releasing. And that kind of thing, you probably is, from my experience, is not a one and done deal. It can be sometimes. I don't in any way offer like medical, mental advice at all. I'm just talking from my experience. I'm not a professional medical person. I'm just someone who's doing craft that is relating to what I'm dealing with. So if you're still here, thank you very much for joining me, and if you have subscribed, thank you very much. If you've watched any of my videos, thank you, really appreciate you staying here with me. And if you've liked my videos, did I say that already? Commented on my videos. I've been seeing some really sweet, beautiful comments, and they're just lovely and make my heart all melty. So thank you for that as well. And yeah, gonna stop here, and I'll go watch the next video for the next prompt. Because this was started in January. For those that aren't aware, so it's once a prompt, once a week, and I was working on a different project, so I've only just started it, and I'm not bothered about the timeline. I'll just potter on with it until either my brain's like squirrel, or I finish it, whichever comes first. So yeah, so on that note, I'm going to leave you, and I hope you are well and take care of each other, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.